You feel good? Yeah. It's okay, honey. It's just a fly. It flew by. Well, hello, folks. We are live on the patio. Hi, Thomas. Every time I go live, I'm always looking for that first commenter to make sure that I've done everything right and things are sharing. Hi, Nick. Good to see you today. Hey, Max. Your friend Nick's here. Yeah. Oops. Just gonna try and get slightly better view here. Ooh, there we go. How's that? Hi, Leonie. Yeah, what do you think, Max? Yeah, we're just sitting on the patio. The sun keeps dipping in and out of some clouds up there. And we've got a new patio umbrella up. That is so nice, isn't it, Max? It's as far out as we can go. Yeah. We're just trying to keep the focus on you, buddy. Nick just got back from work. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Becky. Yeah, no, we've had a good morning. Had a job interview this morning, which is always good, right, Max? Yeah. And then we're hanging out on the patio, and Max is relaxing, enjoying a bit of sunshine. Oh, sweet. Thomas says that I should give you a nut, Max. That's a good thing we got some from the grocery store, but they're inside. So maybe you'll wait until you go inside, okay, hon? You can have one for a snack. Yeah. Yeah. Are you having a good day, Max? Yeah, you want snack, I know. Hey, April. Oh, there's another Nicole joining us. Nicole, I always love other Nicoles who spell their name the same way I do. Hey, sweetie, what do you think? Yeah? Are you watching? Yeah, we're just sitting out on the patio. We just did a bit of watering of a few plants. Yep, there goes a bus. Marie thinks you're handsome, Max. A buck for Bree. Hey, Max, you got a buck in you today? Buck. Max says maybe later. We might buck later. Yeah, okay, that works. That works for me, Max. Are you comfy? Are you in focus? My goodness, Max, what do you think? Oh, there goes an ambulance. An ambulance just drove by. My goodness gracious. Leonie says 6:19 a.m. Saturday for her. It is currently 14:20, so 2:20 in the afternoon in Calgary for us, and that's still Friday for us. Sherry, you caught us on TV. So cool. Yeah. Max was on TV this week. He was on the Wednesday morning live on CTV. CTV News has their morning show, and it's always so much fun to go there. One of our favorite reporters, Gina, was there. Max, you even sat on her arm, and she said you were heavy, didn't she? Hi, Sue. Yes, being a very good boy right now. Yeah. So if you missed, we were on CTV News this week, Wednesday morning. Our friend Brian was there as well. We were representing the Calgary Parrot Club, talking all about the upcoming fundraiser. And the barbecue fundraiser is one of it's an annual fundraiser that the Calgary Parrot Club puts on. They only have one barbecue and they have it in June. So looks like we're going to get some nice weather. The rain just knocked a bunch of the wildfire smoke out of the sky, so it's the first time we've actually been able to step outside for a few days, and Max is happy about that. Supposed to have sunny skies tomorrow, no rain. That'll be so good, Max. Yeah, you're so lucky, buddy. Thanks. Sue says you're cute. But yeah, if you're in Calgary, I hope you're able to come. So it's down at Bark and Feathers from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Right, Max? And we're probably going to be down there pretty much the whole time. And we'll be hanging out with our friends from the Parrot Club. The fundraiser is, they sell a barbecue meal, so you can get a smoky and some chips and a pop, usual barbecue fare, and it always tastes better when you get it from a barbecue like that, doesn't it? Other birds will be down as well. Brian is bringing some of his flock members, so he usually brings his Amazons down. Frost the Gray might be down as well. Yeah, Max, you like those, don't you? You like visiting with Brian. Yeah, and go see Brian. That'll be fun. But a lot of other club members will be there as well. 2 celebrities will be there. Max will be there, as will Giz. Our friend Gizmo is going to be there. I just talked to him this morning. So this is going to be fun. JS, Max does talk when he wants to. And he will be attending the barbecue and eating the barbecue. And he will not be on the barbecue. I'll just clarify that for anyone with questions. But yeah, it's always fun. Parrot Trends is going to be there as well. Parrot Trends usually has a table set up, and they'll have some things for sale. Now, Parrot Trends can't bring their entire inventory to an event like this where they only have one table. So they usually cater to the smaller birds at the event. But if there is anything you want from Parrot Trends and you're going to be there, you can pre-order and just let Sandy know you're picking it up at the event, and she'll hold it for you at the event. Max will not have any of his gear on sale at the barbecue. But if you are coming to the barbecue and you want to pick up something in person, Max will be there, and you can order from Etsy on Max's Etsy and let us know to pick up at the barbecue, and we'll bring it. But you're going to have to put that order in today. If you're outside of Calgary, we will definitely ship the Etsy store for you. But just if you're in Calgary and you want to pick something up in person, that offer's there. Hi, Snowy. Marie says she's in the USA. Yeah, I know a lot of people can't come, but the people who are local, we really hope they'll come out and say bok bok to you, Max. That's going to be fun. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Sometimes I have some stickers for people who walk up to us and start barking wildly. If you walk up to us and just start going bok 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 bok, if I've got some goodies, usually you will score one. That's a little bit of a secret. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun, isn't it, Max? Yeah, are you enjoying yourself today, Max? Yeah, well, that's at the barbecue. So if you walk up to us and you bok at us at the barbecue, we'll dig in and see if we've got any goodies for you. We will have business cards with us with Max's photo on them, and Max will autograph them in person. Up to him, though, if he wants to or not. Hey, bud, do you need to go? Come on. Do you need... Okay, Max, let's catch this thread here. Here, can you go poop there? Go poopers. Super pooper. Do you gotta go poop? You go poop there. You gotta go poop. No, you gotta bark. Okay, bark. 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 Sometimes if you meet Max in the wild and you bark at him, he'll bark back at you too, which is kind of fun. Right, Max? Or bark, yeah, if he's got to tell you the news about dogs. He usually gets really chatty at events like the barbecue, so that's always a lot of fun. Yeah, that's fun. Since I'm talking about fundraisers, I'm going to tell you about another fundraiser that's going on. And that is our Max's Hatchiversary fundraiser for Greta's Roost. Greta's Roost is a local rescue that we support, and they are in desperate need of large cages for the big birds. And they are, Greta's covers southern Alberta, which includes Calgary. They're actually Greta's is going to be down at the barbecue as well with some of their adoptable birds. But when it comes to the big birds need really big cages. And quite often, when birds come into rescue, they don't come in cages, or they don't come in appropriate cages. And with a bird the size of Max, and I mean, you've got a pretty good feel for the size of him here. I'll just hold him up here beside the furniture so you can see. We're not stepping on the furniture, honey, because wild birds have been there. Yeah, you can stand on my knee. All right. But with birds the size of Max, you need big cages. The type of cage a human can step in and stand up in. But with a beak like Max's beak is incredibly powerful. And you also need a high quality cage so that they can't break out. Same goes for the big macaws and whatnot. And we're trying to get them set up with some of the larger cages for the rescue. And we are in Canada, which means every dollar that you donate, if you're in the US and you donate $1, that dollar stretches a lot further in Canada. But we're trying to raise enough funds to get Greta's a pallet of cages from King's. And the reason for a pallet is we can get a good discount when we order a full pallet. We're going to save on shipping over purchasing cages individually. Now, Max, don't. That was a wasp. You stand calm, okay, buddy? I don't know where the wasp went. I hope it flew away. It's crawling on me. I might freak out. Yeah, Max, I know. But we don't snap at wasps, okay, Max? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, look at that. The sun just came out and you're in the nice shade. Isn't that nice under the umbrella? Yeah. Max is turning 31 on July 1st. So that's what we're aiming for, our fundraiser for Greta's. And I'm going to come down here. Whoops. Can I comment in here? I don't think I can add a comment in here, but we've added a whole bunch of links for the fundraiser. And actually, I'll just give you the shortcut to go there. www.maxthemoluccan.com will get you to our website, and our fundraiser is linked off of that. Yeah. If you're spamming us in the comments, please don't. You will be removed. Yeah, Max is pretty wise. He's pretty calm. He's just chilling. And yeah, who else is going to be there? Your friend Thumper, another Moluccan's going to be there. Yeah. Lots of people at the barbecue, buddy. But yeah, so I've talked about the fundraiser for Greta's Roost, but we're really hoping, rather than sending Max a gift for his 31st hatchiversary, donate to the GoFundMe that we are raising for Greta's, and let's see if we can help get them set up. We're doing it as GoFundMe, so the funds go directly to the rescue, and you know, we see all of the comments. We can say thank you to everybody for their donations. Oh, Thomas, we know Einstein really, really well. Our friend Einstein is having their Hatch Day party on Sunday, and we already sent them a really special gift, and we were chatting with Marcia today to make sure that it had arrived. Yeah. So yeah, we know Einstein. Mama Jer actually moderates for Einstein on Sundays. Hi, Aya. Yeah, it's always fun to be outside. We've got some clouds up in the sky right now. I'll just do a quick scan. So the sun is bopping in and out, but I'm really hoping for some rain tonight. And I know usually you don't hear me saying I want rain, but I'll explain. We've had a lot of wildfire smoke in the city this week. Today's the first day that we've been able to get back outside. Max has been watching from indoors and has not been very happy about it. A couple of our videos were footage we'd actually filmed a few days previous. Yeah. So Max does not like the wildfire smoke. Now, wildfire smoke, it means it's hazy outside. It means the air quality is poor. There's all sorts of toxins in it. It doesn't just smell like a campfire, but there's a lot of toxins that are not good for humans to breathe, and birds' respiratory systems are much more sensitive than humans. So really, really big deal when we get the smoke. So what we do is we stay inside. House was getting pretty warm too, wasn't it, Max? We've got a portable air conditioner that has a hose that goes out through the window. Okay, Max, stay calm. There's a bumblebee. It's going to leave you alone. There it goes. Oh, and there's people. You see people? You see people. Yeah, we'll try and keep the focus on you, hun. Yeah, there's people. So exciting. Yeah. But the rain, wildfire smoke, when it blows in, it tends to sort of sit in the air until you get a really good rainstorm that cleans out the air and knocks things down. So we had that last night, and rain's been happening sort of through the day today. I mean, you can see we're still drying out from a bit of our last storm, which is nice. But that's knocking all of the particulate out of the air and making it better to breathe out here. It's also cooling it down. Hi, the nag, JRC. You used to have a different username. I recognize your photo. I'm trying to think what your username used to be. But yeah. So our bumblebees are actually, I'll just show you that crack over there. We've got a small nest of them there. There's not very many of them, and because they are bumblebees, underground, under concrete, they can't just relocate them. It's a very, very small nest, as evidenced by the number of bees that we're seeing are only the occasional bee. And apparently some of the bumblebee nests can be really small compared to when we start getting yellow jackets and whatnot. And if I call an exterminator, they're going to kill the bees, and we need bees. I mean, and if they become a problem, I'll have to get them taken care of. But I'm just making sure I'm sitting as far away as possible from them and making sure that Max does not do any snapping. The wasps and hornets and yellow jackets are a much bigger problem around here, right, Max? Max, do you remember when I sat on that yellow jacket a couple of years ago? I screamed louder than you, didn't I? Yeah, you were proud of me. You didn't know Momager could scream that loud. Yeah, I screeched when I sat on it, and I swiped it out from underneath my arse, and then it fluttered up to eye height, and it looked at me, and I looked at it, and it looked at me, and it just hovered. So I just started screaming again, and the yellow jacket looked at me and went, "You're too noisy," and just headed off. And I was not happy with that at all. I don't react well to them, and it stung me in a really, really tender part. We'll put it that way. Hey, Ricky. Oh, Ricky says thundering in Bournemouth, England. Jason, what does the acronym mean? I'm kind of curious. Hey, Ricardo. Yeah. Well, we're in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Yeah, so, it's really been the last decade that the wildfire smoke has been bad. I've lived in Calgary my entire life, and the smoke never used to be so bad. It used to blow in, get a bit of smoke blowing in. It would last a day and it would be gone. It would be light. Now we're getting air quality warnings of 10 plus. It was about 3 years ago, Max. I woke up one morning, about 2 in the morning, and I had the window open, and that window got shut awfully quick. But I looked outside, and, it was, you could really tell that there was a lot of smoke outside. Oh, there go our roofers, buddy. Yeah, they just drove off. They might be done for the day. But yeah, it was really, really bad. And in the morning, when I was supposed to get up, I got up and I looked outside. And have you ever seen a sepia toned photograph, one of the old photographs that sort of all, it's brown and white rather than black and white? There's no color, everything's sepia toned. It looked like one of those underdeveloped. I mean, everything was brown, like everything was brown. I had never seen the skies and the roads and everything looking so brown. I mean, it was incredible how deep that smoke was. Nothing avant-garde, just really cool. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, we don't live too far away from Banff. Max, I've been thinking about taking you to Banff this summer. Would you want to go to Banff and take a look around? Could go up one day. That would be fun. Yeah. Tico usually likes going hiking in the mountains. And Tico's rules when he goes hiking are as follows. No cameras. None. None whatsoever. He also wants to go somewhere where there's no other people and he just has things to himself. You talking, Max? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you have to use the bathroom, you can go out here, honey. Sorry to hear about Buddy and Thunder. Yeah. Yeah, we've got the G7 happening in Kananaskis, which is, I'll just say, very close to Banff. So it's awesome, Max. Yeah. So next week's not going to be a good time to get out to the mountains at all. We've had the smoke. But yeah, I think it would be fun to go to Banff. Max, you want to go to Banff one of these days? Could drive up and make a day trip out of it. Yeah, go down to Kananaskis. I can show you some of the lakes there. Yeah, you've gotten so good about riding in the car. Yeah, Max has never been to Banff or Canmore or Kananaskis. The furthest he's been is Bragg Creek. He's gotten much better about longer car rides though. So I think that would be kind of fun this summer. Right, Max? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, usually we hang out in the city, but yeah, if we get some nice weather, we might head down there. We're taking you more places. Earlier this year, we went to the Comic Expo and we just ghosted outside, right, Max? And we watched the parade, which was incredible. What was your first parade? Yeah. Kim's asking if Cosmo is near us. No, Cosmo is not near us. Barney came near Calgary on his trip to see his great-grandma, but we were unable to meet up. He did not have enough time. His days were pretty packed, but says next time he comes out this way, he's going to make a point of hooking up with us. And we try to get to see others when they're around. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Max. Are you happy? Hey, Max, can I get a back? Yeah, awesome. Do you see people? Hello. You told them you saw a horse. That was when we were playing with flashcards. Yeah, you like playing flashcards, don't you, Max? And you like reading books. Yeah, it didn't quite happen this time. We talked to Tim when he came in. He didn't have time when he came through. He didn't come into Calgary proper. He skirted the city. And when I was talking to him, I said, hey, I can meet you. anywhere. Like I could meet you out on the road on your way in. There's some nice places we could meet up that don't take you off your driving path. You don't have to drive into the big city. And it's not going to add time to your trip, except for a chance to stop and talk to Max. And Max chat with Barney, because I think it'd be fun to get the two of those boys together. And when he went back through the Crow's Nest highway, so he did not come back up this way. And, Lethbridge is a few hours away, and it would have been a 4-hour round trip. And, we did think about that, but Barney and Tim were busy the entire time they were there. They had stuff on the go. So if we drove all the way down, we might see them for 5 minutes. And 4 hours in the car for a 5-minute visit just did not seem to make good math. Right, Max? But he says next time he comes down, there won't be a big 100th birthday party. And he's going to come down a bit more often now, he thinks. So we might be able to make something work. Right, Max? Awesome. Hello. It's awesome. Yeah, you're in the mood to chat today, aren't you, honey? Oh, it's SK's birthday. Happy hatchiversary, SK. Cortelia, Max is a rescue. And he's been with us for 20 years, so 21 years now, I guess. We met him when he was 10. He turns 31 in 2 weeks' time. We don't actually know when his hatchiversary is, so we choose to celebrate it on Canada Day, which is July the 1st. Couple of benefits there. It's exactly halfway through the year, right, Max? It's usually a nice... Oh, what's going on? You're nervous. What's going on? What's wrong? You want me to stand? Okay, I'll stand. Oh, are you looking at that rain cloud? Whoopsies. We got tangled. I'm going to teach you something, Max. This is an umbrella. If we stand under the umbrella, we don't get wet when it rains. Be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Yeah. Awesome. You want to try that? Hello. Can I get a buck? Ah. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to run home because we're already home. If it starts raining, we're right where we need to be, Max, okay? Yeah, I can keep you dry. Hello, Berkshire. Hello. Yeah, Max is enjoying it right now. He does not quite understand how umbrellas work yet. He did get a bit nervous when I was sitting, and I think he's looking at some of the rain clouds. He's been caught in the rain a couple of times. Did anybody catch the video last week where Max was caught in 3 different rainstorms? And we're out of focus there, Max. Let's just try that again. There we go. Got caught in 3 rainstorms. On one of them, he wanted me to walk faster. So what he does when he wants me to walk faster is he leans further forward. And his thought being, the further he leans, the faster I walk. And it usually works, but I had just put on sort of some flip-flop shoes and hadn't done them up. So I'm not about to run. The next thing I'm going to do is trip in those. And he wanted me to go faster, so he leaned his way right off my arm and then had a little bit of a panic when he wound up hanging like a bat. He didn't realize that would happen. He thought that it would magically make me move faster, so I got underneath him. Oh my goodness! Look at that, Max. We got a super sticker from Nick. It says try again. Max, can you try buck-backing again? Can I get a buck-back-back? Is that for Nick? Buck-back. Thank you, Nick. Super sweet of you. We appreciate you. Deliciously done is from India. Yucky says there's a parrot at a zoo near my house, but all it knows are swear words. Parrots will repeat what they hear, especially if they hear it said with emphasis and if it's said often enough. They don't necessarily learn what you want them to learn, but when they hear something often enough and they figure out what it means, sometimes they use it, and sometimes sounds are fun. I can tell you that I have a tendency, if I stub my toe or I smack my funny bone, I'm just going to sit down with Max. I'm just checking for wasps before I do so. Do you want to sit there again, Max? You safe? Yeah, you see... Oh, what's that? That's scary. Big equipment. Yeah. But they'll say what they hear. So if somebody swears a lot around them, they will learn how to swear. Oh, Max, is it raining? Look, it's raining and we're underneath an umbrella. But if I stub my toe or something, I tend to say fun, usually because I'm halfway through a word and I'm looking desperately for how to modify that word to say something that I think it's okay for a bird to say. And so, yeah, so occasionally the birds will come out with fun. And it's usually said with a lot of emphasis, because you know when you stub your toe, how much emphasis you say the fun word with. But yeah, I've gotten very, very good at that. Done that occasionally before when I'm out and there's no birds around, and people think it is so hilarious. Well, Max, it was only a couple of raindrops, and the rain quit, so we're going to sit down again, okay? There's only a couple of raindrops. Not even enough to call it rain. Yeah. But yeah, it's really hard when parrots swear to rehome them. People don't want birds around that swear. It's funny the first time, but it's not funny when it keeps happening. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, we make a really good point of watching what we talk about around the birds. I am very good around Max about talking to him. I often will talk to him as if he's a toddler in the house. I'm just going to show you those rain clouds. You know, it's a little bit south of us, just sort of blowing in. But those are the clouds there that are going to be dripping a bit of rain. Yeah. So we'll see, Max. We'll see. I'm going to flip this the other way for a minute. There, we can both sit on it. Yeah. It's a better view of you, Max. Yeah. But yeah, it's, you know, Max learns a lot of things because I talk to him. I read to him. I talk when I'm doing things. So if we're walking along, I'll keep up a commentary. I'll talk about the pretty blue flowers. Yeah. It's awesome. Do you see somebody walking past on the pathway, buddy? Yeah. Hello. Want to say hello to you, bud? Awesome. It is awesome, Max. That's right. Oh, yeah. It's exciting when people are walking. But I just keep up a patter when I'm walking around with Max. My neighbors used to think I'm insane. They're now very accustomed to me. But I just talk to him as if I've got a toddler. And how do toddlers learn language? They learn language through hearing it, right? Yeah, and Max learns language through hearing it as well. I use shorter words and short sentences. I use them in context, but he does know what things mean. And he learns the words are labels for various things. And when he uses them appropriately, he will get the right kind of attention. Max knows if he wants to call for me. His contact call for me is Mom. Why? Because when I adopted him, he was screaming nonstop. Mom was the first thing he yelled that was partly acceptable. Would not have been my first choice, but he learned it in his first home. Sometimes people yelled Mom. And so he learned how to yell Mom, and he yelled Mom, and I showed up and I said, "Hi, Max, what do you need?" So he's actually learned that it's a contact term. That if he yells Mom, if I'm within earshot, he'll get a call back from me. If I'm upstairs in the bathtub and he yells Mom, I'll usually just call back to him to let him know that I heard him. If I'm in the house and I'm able to go, I just go downstairs and I say, "Hey, buddy, I heard my name." Because that's what he thinks my name is. And that's okay. I don't mind being called Mom by a bird. It works. Yeah. You know, Max has got that name for me. And if he ever really, really needs me, he'll yell out, Mom, and I'll just come running. Right, Max? That is so awesome. Oh my goodness, Max, you are such a good boy. I got some scritchies for you. But yeah, his language, he's just learned from talking and doing and walking and me talking to him. I think the funniest bit of language we ever had with Max, and if you've been here for a while, I'm sure you've heard this story before, but we were out walking. It was a bright, sunny day, and I am as pale as a ghost. I sunburn very easily. And we were out walking, and Max kept saying sun lobster. It was the most important thing that he had to say, and he kept saying sun lobster and could not understand why I didn't understand him. And I had no idea what a sun lobster was. And I mean, I got it on video and I'm going, buddy, what's a sun lobster? What are you talking about? And he kept telling me sun lobster. He knew sun lobster was important. Well, he was being really insistent, so we actually headed home. I went inside, looked in the mirror, and I realized that I was a sun lobster. Max is absolutely correct. Can you think of a better way to tell somebody that they have a sunburn? I mean, Max did not know the right words to use for sunburn, so he told me sun lobster. And I mean, I was so proud of him. That was just so intelligent and so bright and so, it's very, very accurate. Right, Max? You want to come up? Come, step up. Let's go into the bit of sun. Whoa! Whee! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, yeah. Oh, sunshine. I know, we were in the shade. That shade felt good though, didn't it? Yeah. Bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce. Yeah. Go crazy. Yeah. You like that, huh? Did you scare the rain clouds away? Oh, back. You see? Back. See, the umbrella kept us safe? Back. I'm proud of you, Max. You did so good. Back. Oops, we're tangled on the chair. Yeah. Back. Oh, go poops. Good job. Good job, buddy. Oh, big fluff. Oh, back. Yeah, you're pretty happy now. And a wave. Yeah. That's so cute, buddy. So cute. You're performing. And when we first stepped out of the house, I walked right into a spider web. Yeah. Actually, Max walked straight into it too. And I think everybody knows the dance when you walk into a spider web. You suddenly become an expert at Kung Fu, even if you've never done Kung Fu before in your life. Yeah. I did that with Max on my arm, and he was trying to do the same thing while standing on my arm. Like, what the heck? I'm too big to be caught by a spider web. But yeah, so he's pretty happy about being out here. The sun's out now, and Max is feeling good. There's some rain clouds up there, but I think we're marked safe from the rain, aren't we, buddy? Marked safe from the rain? It dripped a couple, but the umbrella saved us. See, we're going to learn all about umbrellas and how we can stay under an umbrella and be safe from the rain. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty important lesson, isn't it, buddy? Yeah, I'm pretty proud of you, Max. Yeah, he does well. He learns, and it astonishes me just how much he learns. And I'm just constantly walking around, talking to him about everything I see. And it's really like teaching a toddler, right, Max? You understand a lot. Oh my goodness, that sun is super hot out here. You know, I'm actually going to walk back over to some shade if I can figure out. We got caught. You got your harness caught. We got your harness caught. Yeah. I'm going into the shade. I'll keep you in some sun, okay? How's that? Yeah, and just, Max, I'm going to sit again. All right. The wasp check passes. We can sit down again. And I'm just going to scroll for comments here. Yeah, poor Max. You don't like rain, do you, buddy? Your average American asks, when was his last tantrum? Last night, when I told him it was bedtime. Twisted Minds, Max is actually a Moluccan cockatoo. They're also known as a salmon crested, and there you can see his brilliant salmon colored crest. A few minutes ago, he was tossing his head and really showing it off too. I'm just scrolling down here. Oh my goodness, you had a tornado yesterday, NAG. Wow. All right, I'm just scrolling because I know I missed some comments. Yeah, Parrot ownership is very different from everything else, and it certainly has its rewards, but I like to make sure that people know just how much of a challenge they are. Because what happens is people see a parrot and they think, hey, that would be cool. And they treat it, that would be cool, the same as it would be cool to have that picture hanging on my wall or that statue on my bookshelf. Or that cheesecake for dessert. It becomes a commodity. And parrots are personalities. You should give as much thought into adopting a parrot as you do a child, because you are getting a feathered child that will be with you and will need to depend on you for the rest of its life. And when you realize some of the big birds can live, you know, like even African greys and Amazons, 50 to 60 years. TCal the Amazon right now is 50 years old. Max is 31. He's got a lot of years ahead of him, and it's quite possible that he could outlive me if he's healthy. But they need a lot of attention. They make a huge mess. I jokingly say, if you want to know what parrot ownership is like, buy yourself a 20-pound bag of flour. Every hour on the hour, take a cup of flour, toss it in the air in front of a fan, clean it up, and repeat. When you run out of flour, go out and buy 2 bags, and repeat the same thing with 2 cups, because, yeah, it makes such a mess. It really does, especially the powder from Moluccan. You know, but they throw a lot of food. They make a big mess. They're loud. They need attention. I mean, if you ignore a parrot, they're just going to scream louder. If you don't give them what they need, they're going to be pretty upset, and you can get some pretty bad behaviors. Even the best treated parrot can pluck. You know, like our friend Einstein, he gets all of the attention in the world. He has his best life. He's been fully vetted. There's no medical reason for it. He just started plucking one day. And there's not a lot you can do about it, right, buddy? But you accept them the way they are. Not every bird talks. And even the ones that do, they talk when they want to talk. They don't talk on demand. It's not like insert quarter, get a balk. With Max, he balks when he wants to. Yeah. Sherry sent us a super sticker. Max, come on up. Up. Can I get a back for Sherry? Back. Can I get a back for Sherry? Back. Oh, I'm gonna preen. Can I get a back for Sherry? Back. No box for Sherry? Let's stand up again. Whoops. Woo! Is that for Sherry? Show off for Sherry. Yay! Go crazy. Woo! What are you doing, Goose? What? Yeah, are you happy, Max? Can I get a back? Yeah, he's doing his best. I mean, that sky's still kind of dark. So we're not... Buck. There's a buck for Sherry. Good job. Yeah, but thank you, Sherry. Super set. super sticker, $9.99 from Sherry. We appreciate you, Sherry. Yeah. Steve's talking about a sad story about a parrot and a dog. Yeah. Even if the parrot and the dog have grown up together, dogs are predators. And, predators, sometimes it just takes something to just set off that predator-prey instinct, and birds are seen as prey. Accidents can happen even if they've grown up together, right, Max? Yeah, even if nothing's ever happened before. So always supervised and be super careful. Max stays on my arm. He loves talking to dogs, but I never let him actually play with the dogs that he sees. We had an incident with my neighbor's dog once. I was out walking and Max had his harness on, and you'll notice something about his harness. You notice that big loop down there that's dangling down? You'll notice when I'm walking with Max around dogs, I now pick up that loop because the dog grabbed the harness because it was dangling in front of him, and I was chatting with my neighbor, and the dog just grabbed the harness and thought it was interesting. Well, Max thought this was suddenly the scariest thing in the world, and one thing parrots do when they're startled, they can release their tail feathers. And there was a shower of tail feathers, and his tail feathers are pretty big, right? He let go of his rudder, and there were just feathers everywhere, and my neighbor just looked aghast, trying to figure out what happened when the dog jumped to grab the leash. No, he didn't grab Max. Max just reacted and sent out a bunch of flack, namely his tail feathers. They'll do that in the wild if they think that they're being attacked. The idea is to leave the predator with a mouthful of feathers and not a mouthful of bird. Now in Max's case, it was a little bit, wasn't very productive, was it, Max? Because the dog didn't actually get near you. You released all your tail feathers and you looked kind of bald for a bit. And, if you would have been trying to fly, your rudder's gone, buddy. Yeah, he was fine. He just was a little bit scared. But he's made up with Teddy, and they're now best friends again. But I now know if I'm around a dog, I pick up that leash and I tuck it into my hand so it's not dangling. We've got that lovely green field over near us. It's actually a dry pond, which means when we have heavy rain, all of the water can fill up the dry pond, and it's an overflow for rainwater, and it keeps things from flooding by having a place for the water to go. It's also used as a sports field when it's not wet, but it is definitely not, and I repeat, not an off-leash dog area. People do treat it as such, though. One day I had a large dog jump up on me, and I just reached up with Max. I just put my arm up as high as I could. Oh yeah, Max. Because this dog came at me, and the owner got a reminder that it was not an off-leash area, because their dog was definitely not on a leash and definitely not under control. Even in a registered off-leash area, that dog had to be under control. The muddy paw prints I had on my shirt, both on my chest. Oh yeah. Bullseye. Really showed how big that dog was, how high he jumped, and I had Max, and I could reach up with Max, but I was not very happy about it, and I said, get your dog under control. Oh, he's just being friendly. No, he's not. He's going after me and my bird, and I don't need muddy paw prints on my chest. Thank you. That dog was not under control, so I'm always super cautious. And when I'm walking with Max, he's with me, but if we need to get out of trouble, I go up with him and I just reach way up with my arm, and I can get him a lot higher than trouble. But it's always stressful, right, Max? You never want to see anything happen. Well, buddy, are you doing good? You show people your flowers? Let's show people your flowers. We got those flowers there. We got some carnations. And we got some pansies. And we got all the petunias over here. Yeah, I'm just going to point down at the petunias. Yeah, look at all the petunias. And then we've got, these always do really well. And then over here we've got some radishes that are planted. So you're going to have some fresh radishes, buddy. Yeah, super cool, super cool. Well, folks, I'm beginning to melt out here. I'm heading back into the shade. This umbrella was such a good idea, buddy. It really, really was. Oops, hang on one second. I just did something goofy. Yeah, Marie, budgies are beautiful birds, and they are incredibly smart. They have a lot of personality, and a lot of people don't realize that. I started off with a pair of lovebirds. And I mean, those are incredibly beautiful birds. They're very smart, they're very friendly. And from there, I got Tico, the African Grey. We then added Thina, who's a lesser sulfur crested. Then I met Tikal, and I birdie sat her for many, many, many years, or him for many, many years. Good friends with the family, and he'd stay with me whenever they were traveling. He's now 50. And yeah, and Thina, our lesser sulfur, died many years ago. But yeah, Max, you have a pretty good life now, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Adrian, you could feed them pistachios. They like pistachios. I try to go for healthy snacks. Max is really a big fan of fruit. We got an apple inside for him and some grapes. But I've also got a lot of veg. We've got, what have we got for veg right now? We've got peppers. We've got, I picked up some asparagus. We have broccoli and cauliflower. We have carrots and parsnips. And some corn. I found corn on the cob. It's not the same as Tabor corn. It's really early season corn, but it's going to be tasty, right, buddy? So lots of snacks. This is Max the Moluccan. Andrea, so glad you're watching us. Yeah, it's a great way, NAG, to tell the difference between predators and prey is where the eyes are. At the sides, sweet and soft inside, yeah. Yeah. What do you see, Max? Do you see people? Yeah, you see people. Thanks, Donna. Yeah. So I want to remind everybody that we are not going to have our regular live stream on Saturday morning. We usually stream Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And the reason we're not streaming this Saturday is because we have the fundraising barbecue for the Calgary Parrot Club. If you are in Calgary, come and meet us. Please do. We're going to be there. It's a fundraiser with barbecue for the Calgary Parrot Club. Max is going to be making a lot of friends, posing for selfies. He'll have his business cards. If you're lucky, he will autograph a business card for you. That was something that was yellow and black and buzzing, and it's gone now. Yeah, I know, buddy. Parrot Trends will be there if you want to do a bit of shopping. Parrot Trends, if you're looking for anything specific, you can pre-order from her and pick up at the barbecue. She only has a very small subset of her store at the barbecue because she only has one table there. And she cannot possibly bring everything from her website, so she'll usually bring the best sellers for the smaller birds. Reminds me, Max, we better put in your order, huh? Max will not have any merch available at the barbecue, but if you are going to the barbecue and you want to pick up merch, you can pre-order it on our Etsy store, and we will bring it to the barbecue. And we'll have it there for you. So, but we won't have our store. Our store will pop up at Palooza this year. But Calgary, Alberta, it's being held at Barks and Feathers from 11 to 3, and Max will be there and just meeting and greeting people. But we're not going to be doing a regular stream just because we're going to be at an event. Usually there's music at the event, which also precludes streaming. I think there's a special shout out, Max. Penny, who's 10 years young, is here holding a budgie named Sunny, and Sunny's watching you. Do you have anything to say to Sunny, buddy? Yeah, got a buck for Sunny? Step in the sun and get a buck for Sunny. Gonna get a buck? A buck. No, you're gonna show Sunny your bark. Okay. What do you think, buddy? Crest up. Whee! Here you go. Whoa! Whoa! Look at you! A dance. Do a little dance. Yeah. Yeah. Lindsay, that's for Penny and Sunny. Just a special shout out for you. But yeah, I think we're gonna end our stream. We're running out of power here. Cheryl's Park, if you are ever in Calgary, make sure you message us. If you are a regular and you are traveling to Calgary and you're going to be here in Calgary, make sure you message us and we'll see if we can meet up. Now, we can't do that for absolutely everybody, but if you are a person who's regularly here, regularly commenting, and we know you and recognize your name, we will make an effort to find a place that we can meet up when you are in town. I think it's always kind of fun. And we tend to meet up with a few people each year. We've got some friends coming later this year, right, Max? And we're super excited about it. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Lindsay. I'm glad that Penny's smiling. Well, folks, I'm going to wish you a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. And yeah, be safe. Max says stay dry. There's rain in those skies. All right, everybody, buck. Thank you again for the super stickers. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Buck. Okay, Max. Hi. Okay. I'm just trying to see here. How do we turn this off? There you go. Good job, Max. You did great.